And welcome in live to Delaware Live Sports, your home here this weekend for the Viking Invitational, one of our favorite holiday tournaments of the year. Nick Alessandrini now joined alongside the man, the myth, the legend, John Gretchen, and we really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. And John, here we are again on the preface of another fantastic weekend at the Viking Invitational Holiday Season 2024. How's everything going for you here as we get started?
Everything is going good. I'd like to thank the teams that came in from all over the East Coast, Wisconsin, Ohio in the Midwest, Red Bank Catholic in New Jersey, just to help us make a great tournament.
And we are about ready to get some action underway. Girls' Day today, we've got Red Bank Catholic and, of course, Olmsted Falls. And we are underway, John, so tell us just a little bit here as we welcome in my broadcast partner, Joe Singles, as well. Talk a little bit about these two teams. What do you know about them? And we're excited to have them here in the first 8 as we're underway.
Red Bank Catholic is the defending Viking Invitational champion in the power bracket last year. And this team from Ohio is really good. I believe they were in the finals in their state last year, and boy, do they have some size, and I was watching them shoot around, and they are really, really good.
And how about that? Back-to-back threes to get started for both of these teams. For Red Bank, I believe it was Christina Legio who was able to hit that triple, and how about that? We're all tied at 3, less than a minute into this one.
And stay with us after this game. In about an hour after this game, we'll have Arrowhead from Wisconsin and Central Dauphin from Pennsylvania, 2 power teams to finish out our power bracket.
Wow, that's exactly right, the power bracket, because there is power. A cutter here inside, shot falls off the mark. That time for Emma Schaefer. Now rebound taken the other way quickly here for Red Bank in transition, scooping and scoring. That time, it was Avery Delicio who got to the basket in a 5-3 lead now, guys, here for Olmsted Falls. 6:27 here in the opening quarter. That's an open 3 off the mark that time for Tessa Carmen. The loose ball now on the far sideline. And they're going to say last touched by, I believe, Olmsted Falls. Or no, Red Bank Catholic going to stay down this side here with 6:21 to go in the first. So you mentioned a little bit later, John, we've got some upcoming exciting matchups today and tomorrow.
Right.
Talk a little bit about what we're going to see later on this evening. I know you just mentioned it a little bit.
Right, with the Arrowhead and Central Dauphin in the power bracket. And then we have our resilience bracket, which features the home team, St. Elizabeth's and Archmere Academy from Delaware, and Our Lady of Mercy from New Jersey. And that's going to be a nice competitive bracket. I think St. Elizabeth's going to surprise some people in the state this year. They really look good, and Archmere's always been strong with Dan Pisani as the head coach. And he's going to pay me for mentioning his name.
I know you guys got something going on.
And I think if you stay with us, the St. Elizabeth's Our Lady of Mercy game will be streamed, but not the last one of the evening. But tomorrow, we're looking at streaming all the championships.
That's right.
Possibly a couple of the constellations, but I think you'll be in for an exciting time. And then stay with us for Sunday and Monday for the boys division. We got some power teams in there. And we also have a showcase game between Lincoln High School from New York City and St. Mary's from Annapolis, Maryland, both nationally ranked.
There you go. It's going to be an exciting weekend of basketball here at the St. E Centers. We have a travel on the far side with 5:08 remaining here in the opening quarter, 5-3 here between Red Bank Catholic and Olmsted Falls. Again, we welcome you back into 302 Delaware Live Sports. Nick Alessandrini alongside John Gretchen and Joey Singles here for game number 1 on the broadcast schedule between these two out-of-state powerhouses. Been a fun first couple minutes to this one. They get it inside, shot blocked, but a whistle. And a foul against Delicio is going to send a Red Bank Catholic player here to the free throw line. Olmsted Falls, and that will be Jesse Simon heading to the free throw line with 4:54 to go in the opening quarter. So this one's been fast-paced to start, physical.
Well, I expected that with these two teams. That's why they were in the power bracket.
Exactly right. They're showing some power.
Yes, this is some of the best girls high school basketball in the nation right here playing right now.
And we've seen it over the years. I remember a few years ago we were talking before the broadcast about Matter Day making the trip over from California. They were able to see snow here on the East Coast for the first time in their life during that period a couple years ago. So that was really fun and exciting to see, and it's always fun and exciting to see what other teams from out of state that we get a chance to check out. And we've got some good ones, as you mentioned, John, this weekend. So going to be a fun weekend of basketball. Mr. Papilli making an appearance here. Baseline jump shot off the mark. Rebound here to Olmsted Falls. That one brought in by Grace Largent. And we're all tied up at 5 after the free throws. Cross-court pass. The three is up a little bit long off the hands of Maddie Saravac. And the long rebound to Red Bank Catholic. Nobody stopping the basketball right to the cup and putting it up and through. Tessa Legio. And she took that one, went coast to coast.
This is basket to basket all the way.
And we'll have a turnover in transition here against Olmsted Falls. Ball right back to Red Catholic. We're at 3:45 to go here in the opening quarter. 7-5 in favor of Red Bank Catholic. Driving, kick to the corner, great ball movement. It's going to lead to an open three. That one was halfway down, around and out for Addie Nemechek. And now Olmsted Falls has it coming the other direction. Here at the Sadie Center, picked and stolen. And once again, off the glass goes Tessa Legio. And she's got a few field goals here in the opening quarter. Now a 9-5 lead for Red Bank Catholic. And a whistle. And I believe a turnover on the far side.
Looks like she stepped in before she passed it.
So it'll be ball back to Red Bank Catholic here. And they'll get it inside. How about that scoop? Unable to finish, but the rebound here and a second chance for Red Bank. As that one, though, gets thrown away. So Olmsted Falls looking for an answer here. A little run from Red Bank. Trying to get inside. They'll kick it to the corner. Working around some contact out there on the perimeter. Taking a hard shot that time was number 44, Addison Mullen, out near the three-point line. She's now into the ball game here for Olmsted Falls. It's going to be the first foul against Sophie Smith, the reserve over for Red Bank Catholic. Just 2 fouls here in the opening quarter. You love to see that. Officials doing a great job early on here, led by Mr. Sneed. As we approach the 2.5-minute mark. Olmsted Falls looking for a clean look here. But Red Bank very aggressive on defense. They're going to find one. It's a deep three, tough shot. Wouldn't fall for Mullen. And now Legio leading the break the other way for Red Bank. Pull up, baseline jumper, another tough shot. That time for Nemechek, no good. And now Olmsted Falls looking to score in transition. Great ball movement. Three is up short off the front end of the rim. Loose ball is dived for, and then it's going to create a second chance. One more look to the corner, was coming right at us. And that is going to be the call. There you go. I've seen a lot of basketball.
I ref for 22 years. I still can't help myself.
I'd say you might have known my grandfather, Gene Allison Trini, was a referee for a very long time.
I knew Gene, yes.
Yeah, always have a special place in my heart for the officials.
Not a lot of people do.
You're right about that. They need more of it.
But we got a good crew on this
Yes,
game.
we do.
I'd like to thank Cliff Phipps, the assigner, for looking out for us.
Mr. Heasters, Daniels, and Sneed, your group of 3 officials here for today. Had a chance to talk to Wilson on his way out. He had the referee in that last game. A great selection here. Red Bank Catholic looking to inbound. They're going to find a cutter off the window and good. So that was Christina Legio with her second field goal. We'll have a timeout on the floor. We'll stay right here. 1:07 to go here in the opening quarter as we welcome you into Delaware Live Sports. Nick Alcindrini alongside John Gretchen and Joey Singles for a day of some high-powered girls basketball. It all starts on the broadcast today with what you're seeing here with Olmsted Falls and Red Bank Catholic, and John educating us there a little bit earlier on. Red Bank, you're defending Viking Invitational champions, and now they got a nice test here with Olmsted Falls making the trip all the way from Ohio.
When I ran the Diamond State Classic, Joe Montano and his Red Bank Catholic crew were a staple. They came every other year, and they always won it. So I know bringing them back was a good idea.
And it has been a fun first quarter between these two teams as Red Bank set to inbound out of the timeout. So it's an 11-5 early lead for the defending Viking Invitational champions. I mean, you think Ohio, you think a few years ago, remember Pickerington making the trip over here. What a buzzer beater we had in that game that made the news over there in Ohio, so that was fun to see.
Yes, and I'm hoping to get them back.
Yeah, they were a fun group for sure.
I've spoken to the coach, and he always has a good team.
Pickerington Central, there we go. Getting it inside now on the block, going to work it around. Another 3, this time for Olmsted Falls, and it drops courtesy of Jesse Simon. Hit the 2 free throws a little bit early on, able to drop that 3 in. (11-8) as we wind down the opening quarter. Nemechek on the block. Tries to get that pass up. It's tipped in, stolen into the hands of Avery DeLisio. And now Olmsted Falls going to walk it up with a chance at the final shot with 18 seconds and ticking. 11-8 game. Again, no shot clock here in Delaware if you're viewing from out of state. Schaefer up top with 7 seconds to play with, looking for a screen, looking for somewhere to go, and that pass actually going to get stolen. Nemechek at the buzzer, and she will score. What a defensive play that time from Annie Nemechek to pick the pocket and then take it coast to coast as time expires. And that's going to give Red Bank Catholic a 13-8 lead as we head here to the end of quarter number 1. We're going to head to the second quarter. John, we appreciate you as always. Thank you so much, and we'll have you back on here shortly.
Yep.
And we'll be right back on Delaware Live. And we are back live here on Delaware Live Sports. Quarter number 2 of the Viking Invitational, Red Bank Catholic. As we welcome in my broadcast partner, Joe Singles. This one driven inside, couldn't get the roll. As we are 20 seconds into quarter number 2. And a whistle and a foul here on the near side.
So this is some high level. I mean, that first quarter was some of the best basketball I've seen this season.
High intensity.
Boys, girls. But what's fascinating to me, which lets me know it's a program thing for both teams, all 10 girls on the court, all 5 from each team are quality. Like there's quality in all 10 girls on the court, which sometimes, we're not always used to.
Yeah, that's for sure,
put it bluntly. You have teams with 2 or 3 good players, but I have not seen any drop-off in skill level on either team so far. 9 minutes into this contest.
That ball loose for a moment. Yeah, your one thing that you said, Joe, is the hustle. We are seeing it here, 110% to the wall here through a quarter. 7:05 to go in the second. 13-8 Red Bank Catholic, your defending Viking Invitational champs. Out to an early lead from the visitors from Olmsted Falls, Ohio. So a shout out to everyone that's able to tune in today from out of state, checking out some holiday basketball.
And what you just mentioned, I mean, that's the hustle and just doing things the right way, especially on the defensive end. That's the way basketball is meant to be played. That's just good basketball. Every possession, defensive or offensive, there's no foot off the gas.
Get it inside, tough defense, tougher shot, couldn't get it to go that time for Maddie Suravac, and now Red Bank the other direction. Get it to the corner, now working it out here, just Legio for 3, and she cans it. Tessa Legio, 4 points, 2 field goals in the opening quarter, got a 3 to start the second. (16-8) now, the largest lead for Red Bank in the ball game so far. So one of 3 games we'll be bringing here today on the slate at the Viking Invitational. A small break coming up after this one.
And Red Bank, Red Bank in particular seems to be comfortable running their offense through any of the girls as they're bringing the ball up the court. They seem to be interested. We get a little letting them play. Yeah, letting them play. Little push there as Red Bank starts to press. That's a reach.
And there it is.
But Olmsted seems to be a little bit more comfortable slowing it down, kind of running an offense. Saw some flex cuts there under the basket in that first quarter, but just kind of slowing it down. But what's interesting, too, is both teams seem to be, all 5 girls seem to be comfortable shooting threes.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed here so far.
Yeah.
Everybody has some range here on the floor, it seems like, for these 2 teams. We've seen some great passing, some open looks, and I have a feeling these shots are going to start to fall here in a little bit, as now we have a discussion with the officials and our coaching staff, I believe, from Red Bank Catholic. So Red Bank, I believe, thought the foul was on Olmsted Falls, from what it sounds like. And instead, going to go against Red Bank Catholic, who will pick up their second foul of the quarter. Driving and kicking. Extra pass in the corner. These closeouts, though, for Red Bank Catholic have been fantastic early on.
Yep, and we've seen Olmsted be able to, on that, to kind of counter that, make the extra pass. But you're right, the defense for Red Bank, as we get another hand in the passing lane.
They are
turnover.
Swarming here early on.
Just did it again. I got to stop.
No, that was on me.
prior to the broadcast. Got to clean that up. I just did it again.
It's the holiday season. Baseline jumper short. And then a whistle, some hard contact. That one going to go against Christina Licio. So that's going to be 3 quick fouls here on Red Bank with still 4:33 to go in the second quarter. Now again, rules here in the state of Delaware. 5 fouls in the quarter will put you on the line for 2. As Olmsted Falls will inbound here, down by 10, 18-8. 4:21 and ticking. Saravac backing in the defense. Kicks it to the corner. That shot rejected. Another closeout on that side. It may lead to points. The black by Scarlett LeVlake. And now Red Bank trying to turn that block into points. Look at that ball movement. Straight away. Three is up and good. Knocked through.
Yeah, they were moving fast, but they were under control. Every pass is where it was supposed to be. You get a nice take here. Can't finish.
Unable to get that one to go as well. Now Red Bank on the attack. It was Maletsky who hit that last triple. And now she has it straight away, trying to feed it inside. Nice entry pass, a nice haul in. Can she finish? And she does. Nice play that time. Tessa Carmen able to take it and put it up and in. We'll say, Joe, numbers a little hard to see on the back of Red Bank Catholic when they get to that far side.
Yeah.
This shot blocked out of bounds. Is going up with it that time was Maddie Suravac. Shot blocked, though, by number 3, Tessa Carmen, coming off that field goal a few moments ago.
Yeah, Tessa's demonstrated, at least to me, that they might try to run some offense through her a little bit more, and maybe in the second half, because we get another steal. Another hand in the passing lane, another steal.
Fade away from the baseline, off the window. That's some pretty basketball.
Spin and the kiss.
And again, I believe that time for Red Bank Catholic, because we have a timeout, a chance to dissect this a little bit. I believe it was Christina Legio who was able to get that one to go on the far baseline. So, Joe, here we are, 25-8. As we try to catch up, apologize on the scoreboard. But, Joe, what have you seen so far here in this one?
I think to your point, you know, the active Red Bank defense with hands in the passing lane and being aware of what's going on are all things that I try and coaches try to teach young players to do. Hands in the passing lane. How many touches can you get on the ball when you playing defense? And they have created, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I would think at least 7 or 8 turnovers that have led to points. At the other end has the team in white, and it's been impressive. I mean, they're just active.
Take a look now down at the score sheet. It was 13-8 at the end of the first quarter, and Red Bank Catholic and that suffocating defense has held them in Olmsted Falls to no points here in the second. So holding them scoreless to the first 5 minutes of quarter number 2. Christina Legio for Red Bank. She's got 7 points. 7 points also for Tessa Legio. And then 5 for Daniela Maletsky. We're going to have to get the backstory on Tessa Legio, Katie Legio, and Christina Legio. So 3 Legios here in the Red Bank Catholic starting lineup. Cousins, sisters.
Yeah.
If you're in the comments, let us know. But they're off to a heck of a start here. 25-8 as Olmsted Falls set to inbound.
Yeah, and Red Bank's going to back off the pressure a little bit. But they're still meeting the ball handler right across half court. So they're going to nice switch.
Trying to get the cross court. That's a tough pass to make, and unable to get it that time for Olmsted Falls.
Yeah, and they've been successful with that pass early in the game, but the team in white is closing those passing lanes more and more.
Cross court for Red Bank. Nice pump fake. Getting to the baseline and dropping it right through. That's a nice floater from Katie Legio. And now, like the other Legio, she's on the score sheet.
Make no mistake, these are difficult shots. These are difficult percentage shots that some of these girls on Red Bank are being not just successful at, but making it look pretty good.
That one off the mark for Delicio in transition for Olmsted Falls. How about that whip? Nice feed now inside, and picked and stolen. Olmsted Falls with a turnover of their own. Saravac, stop and pop. Can't get the 3 to fall, and a long rebound here for Tessa Carmen.
Would have liked to see them maybe slow that down a little bit on that possession, just kind of calm things down. You can get that 3 anytime.
So here's Carmen on the high post, up out now here on the free throw line. Whips it back inside to the cutter. Now kick to the corner. 3 hung on the rim, no good. Her offensive rebound was reached over the top from Katie Legio, so that's going to be her second.
Yeah, that's a good call. She did get the ball, but there was some contact underneath.
.138 to go in the half and a 27-8 lead It's been a 14-0 run in the quarter here for Red Bank. Olmsted Falls trying to end the drought and find a way to put the basket in the cup here. This three is up for Delicio, and she's got one. Avery Delicio with a big three there, ends the scoreless drought here in the second. The deficit cut back to 16.
Little zone press here by Olmsted.
Carmen inside, got her own rebound off the miss, and then she's fouled on the way back up. This is going to be the first foul against Olmsted Falls here in the quarter.
And I would think, Nick, that, you know, coach for Olmsted would like to see that zone press, but as you pointed out, they just haven't scored. It's hard to, it's hard to set up a press.
That's right. That's the one prerequisite, right?
Yeah.
You got to have the ball in the inbound. As the first free throw is up and good for Tessa Carmen. 5 points now for number 3 in white, make it 6. First free throws of the quarter are up and good for Red Bank. 29-11 as we approach the 1 minute mark. Again, the Red Bank defense, especially in the half court, has been so good.
Yeah, and I'm watching, Nick, and I'm watching them point to the ball. You point to the ball and your girl, and that's what we teach. Would love my daughter to be watching this.
That's right. Yeah, go and show her the replay of this one.
Yeah, because these girls are doing it the right way.
Olmsted Falls is struggling to find a clean look. That's how good this defense has been. Drive and kick. Delicio has one. She'll pass up on this one. Put it on the floor, and then a whistle and a foul, a reach in against Sophie Smith. That'll be her second foul. That'll be the team's 5th, so some free throws coming up here, I believe, unless they changed it up on us for the Viking Invitational.
They got it.
They did. All right, so
Yeah.
it will be free throws, and it will be 2 coming up for Olmsted Falls and Avery Delicio. Delicio with a 3 here in the quarter, her 3 points on the evening. Or the afternoon, I should say, is the first one is off the mark. So 25.4 on the clock. And that one off the mark. So Red Bank, a chance at the final shot. Pump fake, it's a good one, driving. Kicking to the opposite corner. That one's up. No good. Offensive rebound here, though, to Red Bank with 8 seconds. Cross court, another 3, and that one rattles home at the buzzer for Red Bank Catholic. As I believe that was Tessa Ligio with her second 3 of the quarter. And Red Bank extending this lead before the break, Joe, 32-11. This thing was 13-8 after the first quarter, and that second quarter, though, belonging solely that time to Red Bank Catholic.
Yeah, we use the term execute the play, execute what you're doing, but 32 points is it's not a surprise. I mean, they are executing, Red Bank is, at both ends of the court. They're making the right pass almost every time, and they're just playing stellar defense. I mean, this makes me as a coach just I'm gleaming over here. We're not on video.
That's right.
But
I haven't seen you like this all year.
I'm really, really excited to watch this because these are all the things that you try to get young players to do, and they're doing it, and it's not a coincidence that it's working.
Yeah. And again, they stuck with it. You saw that close first quarter, but Red Bank, again, sticking to the game plan. A big second quarter for them as they go on to outscore Olmsted Falls 19-3 in the quarter. So they'll take a 21-point lead into the break. 10 minutes on the clock. We will see after that. We'll get your first half stats and second half action live here. It's the Viking Invitational on Delaware Live Sports.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home. The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home. The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home. The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools.
First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local...
And we welcome you back into Delaware Live Sports. Nick Alessadrini alongside Joe Singles. Thank you for the Aquafina, my friend, as we are set for second half action in between Red Bank Catholic and Olmsted Falls at the Viking Invitational.
Nice, man. They had 2001 Blue Rocks prices, $1 for the water.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
So it'll be Olmsted Falls here to start the quarter. (32-11). Again, it was a tough offensive quarter in the second for Olmsted Falls.
Yeah, and that was, mostly due to, the Red Bank's defense. I mean, I think Olmsted, if we get a missed shot, Olmsted was trying to do the right things. They just weren't successful against that D.
So now Red Bank here on the offensive, turning, squaring, firing, and knocking it down is Adi Nemecek.
That's a tough shot, just to turn and face.
Olmsted trying to answer, whipping it cross court. And Olmsted Falls will inbound. And a whistle in a timeout.
Yeah.
So we'll stay right here. 6:52, 34-11. 2 points here in the third quarter belonging to Red Bank Catholic's Addie Nemechek. She's got 4 on the game. Now let's take a look at some of these first half stats. And for Red Bank Catholic, Tessa Carmen, she had 6 points. Tessa Ligio, she had 10 points, double figures. Christina Ligio right there with 7 as well. And then Katie Ligio adding 2. And then off the bench, Daniela Maletsky, she's got 5, including one of those 3s off the bench. For Olmsted Falls, it was Jessie Simon all in the first. She had 8 points. And then in the second, it was Avery Delicio who hit the 3. So Jessie Simon, all 8 in the first quarter for Olmsted Falls. Woo. Around the back, now whipping it around. Give and go, and they give it right back to her, and she's able to finish is Emma Schaefer.
Beautiful cut. Get Olmsted here with that pressure, like we talked about in the first half. See if they can cut into this lead, or cut into this deficit, I should say.
Another cross-court pass. Nemechek. How about the handles? Puts it on the floor. Beautiful leave inside. Finished up and off the window. That time for Christina Ligio. 36-13, and Red Bank Catholic picking up exactly where they left off. Driving that shot blocked by Nemechek. Numbers for Red Bank to the corner. This 3 is up and canned. Knocked down in the far corner by Katie Ligio. And an 8-0 run to start the third now for Red Bank. Trying to answer that shot, blocked by guess who? Addie Nemechek.
Jeez.
And now a whistle and a foul on the loose ball. Joe, we've just had a series of basketball.
Yeah, Addie has her hand up on every shot. She closes out on every shot, and she's a big, strong girl, and she's getting her hand on the ball. And then, like you said, at the other end, she's going to get a steal right here.
There she is, intercepting it like Calvin Johnson. Now on the floor the other way, coast to coast for Addie Nemechek.
Also, too, what I've noticed about her is her ability to use both hands off the dribble. It really makes it a lot more opportunity for her to attack.
Well, this has been a fun team to watch so far. 41-13. Again, 13-8 after the first quarter. And since then, it has been all Red Bank. Defense has been suffocating. Just tough for Olmsted Falls to find any clean looks. To the basket and a whistle as Delicio trying to put it on the floor.
Take it easy, Coach. You're up 41-13. Not too much over there you should be complaining about.
It's going to be the second against Nemechek. Nice shot fake, gets inside. Just short, though, on the shot by Maddie Saravac. And Nemechek with another board. As we hit the 4:30 mark here in the third quarter, 41-13. And then the defense and the passing has been the most impressive thing for Red Bank Catholic, at least in my eyes. A whistle and a foul here. This one, I believe, against Olmsted Falls. It'll be against them. Grace Largent, her first. They find a cutting teammate, and right to the basket, up and in for Christina Ligio. Driving on the baseline, and a whistle and a foul here as Schaefer was bumped. And this one going to go against Tessa Ligio, her first. That's going to be the team's third. Some subs now here for both squads.
Yeah, and if you're Olmsted, Nick, I just would like to see them slow down a little bit offensively. You know, don't be in such a hurry to get a shot off. You know, they came out early in the game and tried to push and keep up with the pace that Red Bank had set. And we get a tough layup there. But they're just, they can't do it. So maybe a little different approach. Just may warrant a different approach in order to get back into this game.
Finally, an open look from the corner, something they haven't seen in some time, just off the mark. That time for Addison Mullen. Now Red Bank, it's Nemechek. Here comes the double team, goes the other direction, and how about that left hand scooping in, scoring.
And that's her left, and we know she's a righty. Well, I've watched her really carefully. She shoots with her right hand under the ball, so all these things she's doing are offhand, which are not easy.
Man, she's been pretty impressive.
Yep.
Now an open look again for three, just off the mark for Maddie Saravac. Saved on the far corner, and now here come Red Bank Catholic. Nemechek, a little hesitation up ahead as they'll work it around. Another drive and kick. Sets up an open lady for three. That one no good for Sophie Smith, but a second chance here for Red Bank. Here's Katie Legio now to the corner. One of the best passing teams we've seen this year. Nemechek steps into an open baseline jump shot. And the rebound to the hands of Maddie Saravac.
Another block. And that was number 25 on the block. Coming over, good help, sliding over.
2:08 still to go here in the third. Just adding those points there to the scoreboard. 45-13 now in favor of Red Bank Catholic. And in the quarter, 13-2, Red Bank outscoring Olmsted Falls. Kind of similar to what we saw here in the second. Saravac going to reset things offensively.
Yeah, they're moving the ball. They're moving the ball and they're attacking, but there's very little screens.
This straightaway three is knocked in.
Good shot, good shot. Net didn't even move.
Dropping it in, Addison Mullen.
I'd like to see them do just a little bit more screening to get open, like you mentioned. They're having a hard time as we get the ball knocked out. They're having a hard time getting open looks, and one of the ways is you set screens to get your teammates open. I'd like to see Olmsted maybe incorporate that a little bit more.
So I believe on the front of the drink, and if you're just joining us, I apologize. Red Bank Catholic, they are in the all-whites of the green trim. Olmsted Falls in the navy and yellow as that one is tipped out of play. Going to go to Olmsted Falls, but on the front of the jerseys for Red Bank Catholic, the Caseys. They're the Red Bank Catholic Caseys.
Yeah, that's a
so
first,
you've heard that
right?
before, or no? I have not.
I haven't. No, it's definitely a first.
So I always like to know the mascot, so I apologize.
Yeah,
That's on me for not being aware of that.
I was trying to figure out if I heard it before, and maybe it was like, a theme jersey. But
yeah, that's right.
we might have
Christmas.
to Google it.
Shot blocked. Great extension out on the perimeter. And then leaking up ahead for two after. Just couldn't get it to go. And that was Scarlett LeVake. She's got a few blocks today.
Yeah.
45-16. Third quarter closing here at the Viking Invitational. Olmsted Falls and Red Bank Catholic. Ohio versus New Jersey.
Block.
And another hand on that one. So now into the corner. Now they'll feed it inside. Look at that hook shot. That was a pretty one up and through for Scarlett LeVake that we just mentioned on the defensive side, and now finding the offense.
Yep. Set her girl up by dribbling the other way, leaning her body the other way, spun back into the lane.
3 seconds to get a shot up off. It's tipped up, stolen. That'll do it. here in the third quarter. 47-16 between Red Bank Catholic and Olmsted Falls. Fourth quarter from the Viking Invitational coming to you live here after the break. Red Bank Catholic controlling this one. We'll be right back.
Emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedics has 46 physicians and 22 physician's assistants at 16 locations across the state of Delaware. We provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions, are specially trained in current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to all local emergency departments, medical aid units, and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Give us a call today at 302-731-2888 or visit us online at firststateortho.com.
Action or get it underway. And we are back, 47-16. As that shot was up and through.
Boy, tough. Her ability to get up through that traffic, number 23, was pretty impressive.
49-16. It's been all Red Bank. Three is up for Olmsted Falls. No good. Long rebound tracked down by Red Bank Catholic and stolen. A nice job there from Avery Delicio. Now a three. Strong rebound battled for, taken by Olmsted Falls. Delicio, catch, shoot, just a little short on that three.
Yeah, I mean, all three of those threes were good shots. They didn't fall, but they're good. They were good looks for sure.
So in the game here for Olmsted Falls, number 40. We don't have a 40 on our roster, so we apologize. Driving inside, scooping, taking some contact, and heading to the free throw line will be Raquel McMullen. Her first chance to get on the stat sheet tonight. So with 6:57, some free throws coming up. First one is up and through. Second free throw off the mark. Get it inside and finished off by Jessie Simon, who had those 8 points in the first quarter, been held scoreless since, back able to find a field goal there.
Yeah, she did a nice job of sealing her defender to get that good angle as she received the basketball there.
Nice feed, turning and getting it off the glass once again. I believe was Christina Alicio.
Yeah, 35.
Yeah, she's Scarlett LeVake. She is having herself a heck of a second half as well, and now on the offensive side.
Yeah.
And Olmsted Falls with 8 points in that first quarter and just 10 since. Again, this Red Bank Catholic defense has been like something we haven't seen here in 2024 to start the season, as they came in ready to play, and here they are with another steal. Numbers up ahead, able to keep that pivot foot and then get it back to a teammate and up and through. As that time it was Tessa Legio, but great heads-up play by your teammate there in transition. I believe it was LeVake again. So 7-2 Red Bank starting out this quarter, outscoring Olmsted Falls. Long trip for Olmsted Falls from Ohio as that one's intercepted coast to coast for Scarlett LeVake. 6 points now for Scarlett off the bench for Red Bank Catholic. 56-18. So we approach the 5-minute mark here of the fourth. Three is up and it's knocked down. Avery Delicio with a timeout on the floor has her second triple of the day. She's got 6 points now. 5 points in the quarter now for Olmsted Falls. And a 56-21 game with 4:52 remaining.
Yeah, and this 35-point lead is not due to a whole lot that Olmsted is not doing. Those girls they're playing hard. They're trying to make the right pass. They're doing what their coach is asking them to do. They just, like you've mentioned, they just haven't been able to get into any type of rhythm offensively. All of their looks have been really difficult looks. I mean, they're really, honestly, I'm thinking, some of their best looks of the game have just been three-pointers.
Yeah.
Best looks they've had. So it's when that is true, when your best looks are outside the arc, it's going to be a tough shooting day.
And they do give up a little bit of height, obviously, coming in, so that has hurt them a little bit. But to me, what stands out is that length for Red Bank Catholic. I mean, it seems like 1 through 5 have a lot of length, high IQ. They've been all over the floor. Again, these passing lanes have not been open at all. What a defensive performance by the Caseys. Now here they are offensively, 4:40 and ticking. Legio for 3. Nice form on it off the back end of the iron. Little pick and roll. That shot blocked underneath. Going up with it was Addison Mullen. And underneath getting a block might have been Scarlett LeVake. Smith and LeVake monitoring the inside now for Red Bank Catholic. As we have a whistle and a foul. Tina Maharis now into the game for Red Bank Catholic. Number 10, she had the ball in her hands. As we are into running clock territory now here at the Viking Invitational.
Yep. And this is
Some
one of those
subs.
games. Sorry, Nick. This is one of those games where if your Red Bank coach is doing the right thing by getting some girls, who are towards the end of the bench who may not see the floor as much, some quality minutes.
Here's Maharis on the baseline, wrapped up that time underneath by Lily Keel. So Keel picks up her first. 56-21 as Maharis will inbound here for Red Bank. Deep three, and it goes in from the parking lot for Katie Legio. And the Legios have brought it here today for Red Bank Catholic.
Nice, tight, compact shot there.
Inside goes Olmsted Falls through the defender, up and in. A pretty move underneath for Maddie Saravac, who's had some close looks and finally able to get one to go.
Timeout 30 by Red Bank.
So that'll stop the clock here with 2:26 to go before we come back out of the timeout. 59-23 here at the Viking Invitational in Wilmington, Delaware at the St. E. Center. Again, we appreciate all of our out-of-state viewers tuning in here on Delaware Live Sports. Nick Alessandrini alongside Joe Singles. Team's ready to take the floor here, and Joe, 13-8 after 1 quarter of play. Back and forth we went early on. And since that point there in the second, or in the first, it has been all Red Bank Catholic.
Yeah, and they've just imposed their style of play with their defense. They've been able to just create turnovers and push. And Olmsted, like we talked about, was kind of able to keep up in the first quarter, but they've struggled ever since.
So Red Bank to control. They'll inbound out of the timeout. 46-15. Red Bank Catholic has outscored Olmsted Falls since quarter number 1. Here's Abby Sturm. Can't get it to go. Second chance falls off as well. And now Sarah Vac racing down the floor. Pump fake. Moving it around, leading to a 3 here. It's off the mark. It's where Olmsted falls. Believe it was Mullen who got that shot off. Mahare's cutting to the basket, has it deflected out of bounds. Trying to get it inside. So Red Bank content here as we approach a minute. Nice pass, leads to an open 3, won't go.
And if you notice, Nick, every time they penetrate, and it's near steal there, every time they penetrate, there's a shooter on the far side open. You know, and that's by design. We get a missed 3 here. Last 45 seconds, but everybody's on the far side, on that weak side, is ready to shoot.
Olmsted Falls gets the turnover. Here's Sarah Vac. As we tick under 30 seconds. And Red Bank Catholic, again, we mentioned it, you're defending Viking Invitational champions. Well, they picked up where they left off in 2023. As they have come out here in their opening matchup against Olmsted Falls and have looked fantastic. This 3 is up, no good. 8 seconds and ticking. Sarah Vac with an offensive rebound, trying to get to one go. It's a buzzer and a whistle and a foul. As that'll take us to the end of this one, 59-23. As Red Bank Catholic makes the trip over to take on Olmsted Falls, who made the trip from Ohio. But a highly skilled basketball game here, Joe, and Red Bank Catholic looked very, very impressive.
Yeah, they just did all the fundamentals correctly. All the ball fakes on offense and all the hands in the passing lane defensively. And, you know, Olmsted actually did a lot of those things. They just weren't able to keep up and find themselves good looks the way, you know, Red Bank did. And Red Bank had a lot of layups and a lot of threes. So, you know, that combo keeps the defense guessing, and that's what we saw here today.
Get you some stats before we sign off for the break in between here and our next matchup. So for Red Bank Catholic, they were led by number 2, Tessa Legio. She had 12 points. Christina Legio added 11. For Addie Nemechek and Katie Legio, they added 8 apiece. 6 for Tessa Carmen, 7 for Daniela Maletsky, and 6 for Scarlett LeVake. So if you look at the Legios today, Tessa, Katie, and Christina, so a big-time game from them as they combined for 31 points here for Red Bank Catholic. For Olmsted Falls, it was Avery Delicio with 6 and Jessie Simon with 10. They got contributions from Emma Schaefer and Grace Largent, who had 2 apiece, and Addison Mullen knocked down that 3 late in the fourth quarter. So a victory here, 59-23. Closing words here, Joe, for game number 1 from the Viking Invitational.
It's just a great game to watch. You know, both ends, you know, despite the discrepancy in score, both teams played a fairly well-played basketball game in terms of, you know, fundamentals. But like we said, defensively, Red Bank was just difficult to deal with.
They were. We'll see them again here over the course of the weekend. For game number 1, we're signing off. Nick Alessandrini and Joe Singles. We'll see you for matchup number 2 coming up a little bit later on. A small break here for a skills competition and some pizza at the Viking Invitational. And then we will be back with our second matchup at 4 o'clock between Arrowhead High School from Wisconsin and Central Dauphin from Pennsylvania. So for all of us here after game number 1, we will see you for game number 2. It's the Viking Invitational.